this hour on VTV News. Party chief attends 8th National Congress of Vietnam Farmers Union. UN General Assembly acknowledged Lunar New Year as an annual UN holiday. In war news, Hamas rejects temporary pauses, called for end of Israeli military activities in Gaza.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Hello, it's 3 p.m. local time in Hanoi. You're watching VTV News. The 8th National Congress of the Vietnam Farmers Union officially began in Hanoi on Tuesday. The event was attended by nearly 1,000 delegates representing over 10 million union members across the country. Among the attendees were Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng, State President Võ Văn Thưởng, as well as other former and current party and state leaders.
Addressing the Congress, General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng emphasized that Vietnamese farmers have consistently been a crucial driving force in the nation's development and throughout its history. They have made significant contributions, transforming the country from food scarcity to becoming one of the world's leading exporters of rice and various agricultural products. The agricultural sector and rural economy have increasingly become primary pillars supporting the national economy.
I strongly urge and propose that all levels of the farmers' union in our country continue to enhance the quality and efficiency of their activities. Our goal is to establish a strong Vietnam Farmers Union that represents the legitimate rights and interests of farmers. The union should effectively serve as the center and backbone of the farmers' movement, acting as a bridge between farmers, the party and the state. In addition, the union should actively contribute to consolidating the national unity bloc, enhancing international cooperation, and promoting people-to-people diplomacy.
To promote the development of ecological agriculture, modern countryside, and civilized farmers, Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng emphasizes the importance of active participation from the entire political system and society. In this regard, the Vietnam farmers' unions and the farmers themselves play a fundamental role.
The 8th National Congress of the Vietnam Farmers Union for the 2023-2028 term is expected to set out 3 groundbreaking tasks, including innovating methods of gathering and uniting farmers, developing the collectives economy, and improving farmers' qualifications. Nearly 1,000 delegates gathered to discuss and give opinions on draft of important legislation.
At the first working session, delegates approved a report by the Central Executive Committee of the Vietnam Farmers Union, Term 7. While evaluating the results, delegates also discussed major tasks, such as strengthening farmers' solidarity, developing the country's collective economy, and improving farmers' qualifications.
We've had high expectations for specific targets and solutions in the 2023 to 2028 term. We are especially satisfied as the government's Resolution 46 sets specific tasks for building Vietnamese farmers' associations. This will pave the way for farmers to contribute to the collective economy's development.
We hope the government will create favorable policies for farmers' unions to build professional branches, as these branches can boost farmers' engagement in the collective economy. To achieve this goal, we need to meet farmers' expectations.
The government and the Vietnam Farmers Union have provided huge support for farmers over the past 5 years, such as developing the linkage between farmers and traders. Boosting sales of agricultural products on e-commerce platforms is one of the major tasks that should be prioritized in the time ahead.
Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính has issued official dispatch number 1412, which focuses on ensuring electricity supply for production, business, and consumption in 2024 and the following years. The Prime Minister has requested the Minister of Industry and Trade, relevant branches and localities to continue upholding individuals and collective responsibility. They are to closely coordinate and effectively implement tasks to ensure electricity supply. The dispatch assigned specific tasks to each locality, emphasizing the need to prioritize directing electricity production during the peak period at the end of the dry season. It is crucial to prevent fuel shortages or water shortages in hydroelectric lakes for electricity generation. There is also a need to proactively forecast and closely monitor electricity demand development. Regular inspections and supervisions of management and operations of the national electricity systems are required to ensure safety, efficiencies, and adherence to scientific practices. According to the Vietnam Association of Seafood Exporters and Producers, VTV shrimp export in November reached over $310 million, showing a 3.5% increase compared to the same period last year. However, the forecast for this year is only around $3.4 billion, which is 21% lower than the previous year. VTV explained that the sharp decrease in Vietnam's main shrimp product exports is due to intense price competitions, as there is an oversupply of shrimps leading to low selling prices. Except for a few small markets such as Hong Kong, China, and Switzerland, which experienced a 5% increase, and Taiwan, China with a 19% increase, shrimp export to most major markets were lower than the previous year. VTV predicts that China will maintain a strong trend of importing shrimp in the last quarter of this year to meet the high demand during the peak consumption seasons of December, January, and February 2024. Nearly 7,000 area codes for growing and 1,700 codes for fruit packaging facilities for export have been licensed by the Plant Protection Departments under the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development. Among these, fresh fruits such as dragon fruit, mango, star apple, banana, grapefruit, passion fruit, and longan are permitted for export to China, America, Australia, New Zealand, South Korea, and Japan. Furthermore, the Plant Protection Department has also addressed technical barriers and facilitated market access for fresh fruit. The ministry has also collaborated with China to finalize a draft protocol on requirements for importing chili, fresh coconut, and frozen durians for export to the Chinese market. Wood and wood products are essentials to the forestry sectors and play a vital role in the national economy. According to the 2022 statistic from the General Department of Forestry, Vietnam ranks first in Southeast Asia, second in Asia, and fourth globally in terms of the export value of wood and wood products. To achieve this success, Vietnam has been actively working to increase the brand value of its wood industry in the international market through negotiations and agreements with major global markets. More to follow.
The voluntary partnership agreement between the European Union and Vietnam on forest law enforcement, governance, and trade was signed in October 2018 after more than 6 years of negotiations. It officially entered into force in June 2019. This agreement is legally binding and aims to improve forest management and facilitate the trade of legal timber from Vietnam to the EU. Vietnam is implementing this agreement to enhance the global value chain of legal and sustainable forest products, as well as promote sustainable forest management. On October 1, 2021, the Vietnamese government and the U.S. government signed an agreement on the control of illegal logging and timber trade. The objective of this agreement is to strengthen control over the origin and supply chain of timber, expand export markets, improve forest management mechanisms, and address issues related to illegal logging and timber trade. The provisions of the agreement are in line with relevant international conventions that Vietnam is a member of, as well as the laws of countries exporting wood to Vietnam. The U.S. Trade Representative commends the signing of this agreement, as it is the first trade agreement in the U.S. aimed at promoting sustainable forestry practices.
We will provide consultation to the top 6 leading businesses in the timber industry on emission reduction. This will encourage other enterprises to adopt sustainable practices. We will enhance the Green Vietnam Fund within the timber industry to ensure effective dissemination.
In addition to various agreements related to the management of legal timber sources between Vietnam and its partners, these activities play a crucial role in shaping, enhancing the value, and ensuring the long-term sustainability of Vietnam's timber industry.
As of December 20th, Vietnam's credit growth has reached 10.85%, lower than the same period last year, yet significantly higher than the previous month. In a recent officials' communications, the Prime Minister's requested the State Bank of Vietnam focus on proactive, flexible, and prompt monetary policies, ensuring an adequate supply of credit for the economy.
This company's need for capital has increased. The nearly $619 million credit package for forestry and fisheries with preferential interest rates has helped the company reduce costs.
We usually borrowed money from commercial banks with 9 to 10% interest rates. Thanks to the support and the credit package of the government and the State Bank, we've switched to a 5.5% rate.
Many banks have chosen key sectors to grant loans. This bank has lent over $124 million at an interest rate of 5.5% per annum to support businesses and individuals in expanding their businesses or building and repairing houses.
Credit for businesses and individuals to expand their business and build and repair houses has remarkably increased by 20% on average.
Interest rates on new loans have decreased by more than 2%. However, interest rates on old loans may be adjusted 3 to 6 months after deposit interest rates are reduced. Therefore, experts say lending interest rates will still be lowered in 2024, supporting economic recovery and development.
As the U.S. Federal Reserve may reduce its interest rates next year, Vietnamese commercial banks will have room to reduce their lending rates and provide capital for economic recovery thanks to flexible monetary policy.
Additionally, experts say that commercial banks need to simplify lending procedures, remove obstacles in collateral, and expand their capability to grant unsecured loans. As such, enterprises and people can access capital and expand production and business.
And before moving on to some other news, let's take a look at foreign exchange rate for today, December 26th. Coming up next on VTV News, UN General Assembly acknowledges Lunar New Year as annual UN holiday. Efforts sought to improve population quality in mountainous regions. The General Assembly and the United Nations have recently passed a resolution acknowledging the Lunar New Year as an annual UN holiday for the first time. This recognition by the international community is a testament to the importance of traditional Asian culture and the result of coordinated advocacies at the United Nations. Vietnam, in particular, was one of the 12 countries that participated in a joint letter sent to the UN leaders in August of this year, actively promoting this recognition. The resolution highlights that the Lunar New Year is celebrated as a holiday in many member countries and encourages UN agencies to refrain from scheduling meetings on the first day of the Lunar New Year. Currently, businesses have plans to give date bonuses to employees. According to the Vietnam Federation of Commerce and Industry, in leather, shoes, and handbag businesses, the minimum bonus is 1 month's salary, the maximum is 4 months. Most companies have a date bonus of the 13-month salary and a lucky money on the Lunar New Year for employees. This year, despite being affected by a shortage of orders, companies still try to maintain the same date bonuses as every year to motivate workers. According to the national criteria for rural communities for the 2016-2020 period, in order to meet criteria 13, communes must fulfill certain requirements. These include having cooperatives that operate in compliance with the law on cooperatives, as well as having a production linkage model that is associated with the consumption of key agricultural products to ensure sustainability. If a commune aligns its work with the development needs of its people, Criterion 13 will be truly effective.
Lamkok Safety Cooperative was originally a small cooperative with only 3 members involved in production. Over time, it has expanded and now has 15 members. The annual output has also increased from 3 tons to 12 tons. The cooperative's products have achieved a remarkable OGOF 4-star level, marking a significant success. This achievement has greatly contributed to increasing income for members and creating job opportunities for local workers.
We sign contracts with local farmers to import their products, as well as with partners to sell our products.
Previously, local farmers used to produce separately, resulting in small-scale production. However, this cooperative has created additional job opportunities for local people.
This is the chrysanthemum tea product from the Dongtam Agricultural Medicinal Products Cooperative in Quỳnh District of Taiping Province. When Chuan and other members joined the cooperative, they bravely pooled their resources to invest in modern machinery to enhance the quality of their tea products.
Our tea products have achieved a 3-star level in the OGOF certification. I believe that the new rural commune standards can assist us in promoting our products effectively.
According to the authorities, the number of communes that meet Criterion 13 is still small. In order to meet the new standards for rural communes, communes have hurriedly mobilized people to quickly establish cooperatives. However, this rushed approach has resulted in cooperatives being established poorly and failing to fulfill their leading role in production. As a result, the number of cooperatives has increased rapidly in recent years, but the quality of operations has remained largely unchanged. To truly and substantially increase the number of communes that meet Criterion 13, a new approach is needed.
Today, December 26, is Vietnam Population Day. According to the General Statistics Office, Vietnam's population surpassed 100 million in April, making it one of the 15 most populous countries in the world. However, there are significant disparities in population quality between regions, particularly between the delta and mountainous areas. Challenging living conditions and limited access to reproductive health services contribute to these situations. Our next report in Phie province will shed light on measures proposed to tackle these challenges.
Nguyễn Thị Đảo is a young woman from the Cham Horoi ethnic group who has already given birth to 4 children. Currently, she has not implemented any family planning measures to limit the number of children. The financial instability caused by having a large number of children has brought numerous difficulties to her family life.
Since I have many children, I am not capable of taking care of all of them very well.
The communication team has visited several hamlets in the mountainous areas of Dong Xuân District, Phie province. Through their tireless efforts, they have introduced population laws to the local communities and provided instruction on reproductive health care.
We aim to raise people's awareness about reproductive health and advocate for family planning to facilitate successful child rearing. This solution can help people enhance their family income to better cover household expenses.
Disseminating and delivering population-related laws to the community is a crucial component of Project 7 under the National Target Program. This project is deployed in ethnic groups and mountainous areas to improve the physical and mental health, as well as life expectancy of the people.
Notably, we have achieved success in the prevention of consanguineous marriages within ethnic communities.
Through direct outreach to each household in the villages, the healthcare sector aims to improve the health, physical condition, stature, and knowledge of the people. This effort contributes to the rapid and sustainable socio-economic development of ethnic groups and remote regions.
Hanoi, the capital city of Vietnam, is a national culture center with nearly 6,000 historical and cultural relics, as well as numerous national-level sports facilities. However, many of these projects are not being effectively utilized and are currently in a state of degradation. Maintenance, repairs, and additional investments have been poorly executed in recent times. To address this issue promptly, Hanoi has recently proposed mechanisms for public-private cooperation in the field of sports and culture.
Over the past 20 years, Mỹ National Stadium has had its turf replaced once, but it has also witnessed parts of it degrade and become damaged. Last year, a budget of $16 million was allocated for the maintenance process. The allocated amount was still not enough. The earnings from the stadium's services are not sufficient to cover its expenses, and it is currently in debt.
The state invested a large amount of money to build Mỹ Đình Stadium, but the use of the stadium has not been effective. There is no budget for maintenance. Cooperation with the private sector can mobilize resources for the maintenance process.
Experts believe that cultural sports projects require significant funding for construction and ongoing maintenance. This level of funding is typically only available to major private corporations.
There is a great need for the participation of the private sector. The state cannot have enough resources to unleash the potential of sports and cultural facilities.
Hanoi also has many parks that lack a management board, and numerous buildings are in state of degradation. While the words world-class in every detail are used, the reality is far from classy in every aspect. Introducing public-private cooperation into the realm of culture and sports is expected to bring about a breakthrough and promote the historical, cultural, and sports values of the capital.
This year, Hanoi-Ho Chi Minh City route is the fourth busiest domestic flight in the world, with nearly 10.9 million seats supplied, an increase of 6% compared to pre-pandemic levels. The information has just been announced by OAG, the world's leading organization specializing in tracking and statistics on tourism and aviation. OAG's statistics show that from 2017 until now, Vietnam has continuously appeared in the group of 10 markets with the busiest domestic routes within the world, with the Hanoi-Ho Chi Minh City route. In fact, this is always considered the golden route of Vietnam's aviation industry, accounting for 22% of domestic passengers. Currently, 5 domestic airlines, including Vietnam Airlines, Vietjet, Bamboo Airways, Pacific Airlines, Vietravel Airlines, all operate this more than 1,000 kilometers long journey from 5 a.m. with about 60 routes per day. Coming up next in our war news, Hamas rejects temporary pauses, call for end of Israeli military activities in Gaza. And China set records for longest cold wave in modern history. The Islamic resistance movement Hamas has declined to participate in negotiations for a new hostage exchange agreement in the Gaza Strip in exchange for a ceasefire. A senior Hamas member stated that while several proposals have been put forward, Hamas maintained its positions that Israel must first cease all military activities in the Gaza Strip. Recent negotiations for a new ceasefire agreement and the release of hostages have been ongoing in Cairo, Egypt, with the United States, Egypt, and Qatar acting as intermediaries. According to data released by the Japanese Cabinet Office on Monday, Japan's nominal gross domestic product (GDP) per capita in 2022 was $34,064. It was the lowest among the group of 7 G7 advanced economy and can be attributed to the weaker Japanese currency against the US dollar. Among the 38 members of the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD, Japan's nominal GDP per capita ranked 21, marking another record low for the Japanese economy. Despite this, Japan remained the third largest economy in 2022. The decline of the Japanese yen against the US dollar was significant in 2022, mainly due to an expanding interest rate disparity between the two countries. To counter this, Japanese officials intervened multiple times to prevent a sharp fall in the yen. The northern and northeastern part of China have been experiencing an unprecedented cold spell since last week. Some areas in the northeast have reached temperatures below -40 degrees Celsius as frigid air from the Arctic has swept down. Beijing has recorded its longest cold wave on the record since 1951. However, the biting temperatures and snowfall in the Chinese capital and other areas have begun to ease. On Sunday afternoon, the temperature at the Beijing's Nanjiao weather station rose above 0 degrees Celsius for the first time in days. Since December 11th, when the temperature first dropped below zero, it has remained below freezing for over 300 hours. A strong cold wave has affected most of China this month, sketching the heating capacity of some cities in northern China to its limit. Shanghai, China's financial hub, is on track to have its coldest December in 4 decades. Authorities have issued warnings for low temperatures and wind, while northern cities continue to deal with icy conditions that are expected to improve only next week. 5 young Swedish fathers sing a cappella while caring for and holding their children in their arms. They are part of a music group called the Dead Harmony. Their videos have become a trend on social network. In addition to ongoing virals on social media, these 5 fathers also tour across Sweden and have plans to perform in many countries around the world.
I'm only one call away. I'll be there to save the day.
These 5 fathers have become Sweden's new music stars. Videos of them singing while taking care of their children have attracted tens of millions of viewers. Their fame began when a member's brother posted a video on TikTok. The 5 fathers have since decided to regularly post videos and have named their group the Dead Harmony. They film in the kitchen or on the sofa, often carrying their small children in their arms while singing.
When we hang out, the kids can hang out with each other, and as many people see in the videos, it's a soothing thing when we are singing. So a lot of people asks how can they be so calm?
I think they like that we're just a couple of regular guys, not anything extraordinary, and we do our a cappella music just in our living room, pretty casual.
These fathers are all amateur singers who still maintain their day jobs, but they share a common passion for music. Now they have gone beyond singing online and are touring in front of fans all over Sweden. The band, consisting of the 5 fathers, has even bigger aspirations. They hope to tour the US and Asia, and their ultimate dream is to sing with Elton John one day.
And now, as usual, let's continue with the weather forecast. And that's all the news for today. To rewatch our program, you can log on to VTVgo.vn or download our mobile application VTVgo. Thanks for watching and goodbye for now.